Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Sorry for the serious delay. My whole system just started acting a fool. And then when we started to go live, it wasn't going live on YouTube, like at all. So definitely hit that number one. Give me the number one. Let me know that you guys can hear me and see me and all that stuff. I don't know what the hell is going on. At first, it seemed to be just going just fine. I had to reboot everything. And so I have to pull up all this stuff back up again because all that stuff is gone. All the things I had pulled up ready to go for the show is now gone. So if you guys will just bless me with some grace today, for some odd reason, for some weird, strange reason, the internet and technology is just being just chose violence today. Okay, it woke up and chose to have issues with me. Okay, so thank you guys. I see the number one popping off in the chats. Okay, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to every single last one of y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of this show. It is going to be a shorter show than usual. I'll just say that really quick. It will be a shorter show because we're just kind of covering the bases here of what we know so far. Apparently, there will be a press release or press conference, later on sometime around 12:45, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, if I'm correct, from actual law enforcement and all that to give us a breakdown of what's really going down. But I wanted to hop on and chop it up with you guys about this particular live stream or this press release that was made by the people that actually found young Kiely Rodni, okay? 16-year-old Kiely Rodni, who was missing for over 2 weeks, well, near 2 weeks, where she was at a big party in Truckee, California. They were doing some big send-off, seniors send-off kind of soiree party that got a little out of hand. And she was later, as of yesterday, was found inside the lake, which obviously a lot of us had that speculation, had that theory among many other theories as well on what's going on and where she could have been found. So, of course, I wanted to show you guys this video, give you guys some information so that you guys can see what is going on here as well. And I know the music's on. There's a reason why the music's still on, girl. All right. But I appreciate you letting me know. Okay. So before we get into everything, do me a favor. Please hit that like button down below. Send it past 300 likes. I see a bunch of you guys starting to file in. I appreciate you all for being here. You know, I know that there are so many stories, so many conversations, and so many topics that we need to be covering. We will be covering those topics as well. I do have another missing person story that is very interesting as well. Has to do with another body of water, also a boat. Okay. This one's out in Florida. We will talk about that in a later show. Okay. A doctor has gone missing. And it's very, very interesting. And it's not getting the light of day at all. No one's talking about it, barely. So I wanted to bring it up and talk about it here on this channel. So we will be talking about that in the next few shows. All right. I most likely will be on with that press release when they actually go on with it. But I wanted to hop on and do this. So hit that like button down below, crush it, make it scream out your name. And for those of y'all who have just started to file in, seeing this show for the very first time, welcome to the Pascal Show. Appreciate all y'all. All right. Please hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Okay. So let's get going into this. Okay. Now the music's gone. You see, I always do the housekeeping stuff, and then we go into some things, and then I kill the music, just so you guys know the procedure. here on this show. So I appreciate all y'all for being here. Real talk. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, who have been living under a rock or just now getting savvy to this story, there was a young girl, 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. She was graduating early. She had graduated. She was at this senior send-off party, basically like the last hurrah before all the friends go off to their respective colleges. They get to say their goodbyes. As we go on, we remember. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Anybody remember that song? Anyway, I remember it just being a big graduation song for a minute back in the late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. But anyway, she was there at this big, huge party. There were so many different elements in this party that have grown some speculations and some theories out here, basically saying that these guys were out here, people from strangers from other cities, from other states were coming in. The upwards of 250 to 300 kids showed up at this party, and it went down. Okay, they were having their own version of Fight Club. One of the girls even said, just tried to describe the party almost like a Lord of the Flies type of like event. You know, just kids going nuts and having a great time and partaking in God knows what. All right. So the thing is that this girl was out kicking it with her friends, and her friends left because she was too drunk. I guess she was supposed to be someone to be the DD. She ended up being too drunk. Sammy and Mags, two of her friends. Mags left early, but Sammy was like, hey, I'm going to find my own ride home because you're way too drunk. She got on a ride and took off. Now, the last people to ever speak to her or see her were Sammy and another girl that actually stepped out and said that came out and said that she saw her physically at midnight, around midnight and all that. Now, there have been rumors and speculations and conspiracy theories flying all over the place, right? Talking about maybe she drove into the lake. Maybe there was some foul play involved. Maybe she was, I use this code word, rush houred, all right? Where she was taken, right? Many theories have come out. Well, because of all of us out here on the internets, we made her name prominent to the point where people started catching wind of the story. Mainstream media started talking about the story, and a very important YouTube channel caught wind of this story too, Adventures with Purpose. They heard about this. They said, we're going to get down there as quickly as we can, or get over there as quickly as we can, and we're going to do our due diligence and try to find this girl. Well, what's interesting is there were countless hours of manpower, okay? Law enforcement doing everything they can. Thousands of hours, by the way. Thousands. Weeks of time spent around the lake, in the lake, and whatnot. Adventures with Purpose was able to find this car and Kiely Rodni in it in less than 24 hours. Yeah, I said it. Less than 24 hours, they were able to unfortunately find the young girl and her car in the lake in less than 24 hours. And I keep asking, first off, they deserve as much love as they are getting right now, all the respect and love that they're getting right now, because they put in their time, they dedicated, they volunteered their time to find this young girl, and they did. But one thing I keep wondering is, what do they have in their arsenal that law enforcement did not have? That's the one thing I say. And like I said, not knocking law enforcement, but it just makes you wonder, what did they have that LE, law enforcement didn't actually have, which is very interesting. All right. Very interesting indeed. Of course, this obviously closes a chapter on where she is. We now know where she is. May she rest in peace. My heart, thoughts, and prayers go out to the family and all the people that have been affected by this. All of us that were sitting there hashtagging find Kiely, hashtagging where is Kiely, all that. But now, after they had found her in the car, by the way, was flipped upside down in the lake. Okay. And she was still in that ride. And we talked about this yesterday, but I will say this before we jump down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories. And I know that there's a lot of people out here already thinking that there's foul play, that there's still foul play involved in this. I say, let's step back. Let's find out what they see in the toxicology and the autopsy reports. Because I'm telling you, if there's a story to be told, and if there are conspiracy theories that they will debunk or confirm those things just by studying her body. I want to say that really quick before we jump into this, okay? So, Adventures with Purpose has finally made a statement. They said that they would be dropping a statement this today, and I wanted to share it with you guys so that you guys can hear it with your own two ears. And I know a lot of y'all have already seen this, have already heard this, but I wanted to share. I told you guys I'd watch it with you guys, so let's share and let's watch it together. All right, here we go.
This is going to serve as a press release debrief of our efforts searching for and finding Kiely Rodni. Anything within this video may be used by any news agency or outlet within their own news reporting. This is only an announcement and briefing. Fully edited episodes will be released soon, so please be patient. We have found Kiely Rodni's vehicle and have confirmed that there were remains inside.
An official identification of the remains will be made and announced by authorities once their investigations are complete. Please understand and respect this is a highly active investigation by the FBI and multiple local sheriff's departments, and we are limited to the scope of details we can release.
We began our search for Kiely at Prosser Creek Reservoir on August 21st at 10:40 a.m. We placed 2 sonar boats in the water. By 11:15 a.m., Nick detected an object underwater using cutting-edge Garmin sonar technology. I was able to then confirm that it was, in fact, a vehicle in roughly 14 feet of water and only 55 feet offshore. After marking the vehicle with our magnet, Nick suited up in his dive gear and conducted the dive to formally identify and assess the vehicle, with me running OTS comms topside.
So real quick, I just wanted to point this out. First off, this is from their site. This is from their YouTube channel, Adventures with Purpose. Okay. So please go share some love, go hit this subscribe button, like their recent video, because this is their recent news release that they just put up about an hour ago. Okay, this thing went live at 11, and I sat. I wanted it to have them to have a little bit of time in the sun, because I know a lot of people are still watching it right now as we speak. But I wanted to, give them the time, for the people that follow them, support them, etc., to actually see it with their own 2 eyes as well. But I was like, okay, let me hop on. Let me talk about this and show you guys this. So this is from their actual YouTube channel. They have given everybody permission to use their content. So that's why I'm showing it right here. Okay. So let's continue. But it's crazy though, that it was 55 feet away from the shore. And I'm telling you, there is drone footage, or like there's sky view footage of the car being pulled out, which we'll see in here in a second, after this, of course. And what's crazy is you can see the car. You can see the car through the water. It's so weird to me. And how the her going into the water. It's like a beeline, a straight line into the water. It's so weird to me. How did she get in the water? That's what I'd like to know. But let's do this.
Once we confirmed it was indeed Kiely's vehicle, we immediately notified family, law enforcement, and Dad and Grandpa were on scene within minutes. Please refer to our episodes for complete search investigation that we conducted. These episodes will be released very soon. Again, this takes time to edit. We will need to put these together in an appropriate way in order to respect law enforcement as well as the family. That those should be out, I would estimate, probably within the next week or so. The Placer County Sheriff's Department, Nevada County Sheriff's Department, the entire Placer County Sheriff's dive team has been incredible to work with. We understand that the resource we provide with our unique skill set is rare, and it is an honor to help agencies and families all across the nation. We will be working together with authorities here to share this knowledge over the next couple of days. It is always our mission to promote and share the techniques we utilize so that our purpose can help as many people as possible.
We'd like to thank all of our supporters. We can't thank all of you enough for your donations and putting us in this position as we continue to grow and help more families. Simply watching our episodes, liking, sharing, subscribing, and following our social media platforms enables us to do what we do. So thank you all for putting us in this position.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us help families, and it's free. It's free to subscribe. Additionally, we would like to acknowledge the incredible support from law enforcement agencies across the U.S., including the FBI. We hope to continue our efforts hand in hand with them with the upcoming cases of Julissa Fuentes in Selma, California, and also Annette Adams in San Obispo, California, coming up later this week. At this time, I'd like to thank our entire team for making this happen. It's not just me. It's not just Nick. There's an entire team of us that are out here. We collectively go through these cases, these investigations, and it takes a team to do so.
Damn right. I want to say that one more time. I don't know these guys. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some of their videos. They do some really, really great work. I'm just saying I don't personally know these guys, but I do want to say, like, mad props, mad shout out to the entire, all of them. You're going to see them in a second, but like I said, it takes a full team to successfully do this. And the fact that they did this so fast is it's mind-blowing, y'all. And they deserve all the love and respect that they should be getting right now, because, man, they had men out there putting in countless hours. These dudes came in and they were like, this is light work. This is nothing. This light work, yo. They walked in, bang, there she is, like that. It's incredible. But I had a feeling. I even said it with shout out to Grizzly True Crime, all right, and all you Grizzlies that maybe are watching over here as well. I appreciate you guys. But at the same time, I remember saying it with her on the show. I'm like, I have a feeling they're going to find her. So they're going to find, at least they're going to find the car. If the car's in the lake, they're going to find it like that. Once AWP goes in, it's going to be a wrap, son. And it was. They were like, this light work. What? They found her with ease. So I just wonder what is going on here, right? Because, like I said, they had men out there, men and women out there putting in so much time, and they weren't able to find anything. And these guys found her in a day's work. That's just, I mean, maybe it's the technology or maybe it's just skill. I don't know. Whatever it is, they need to start teaching law enforcement whatever that they know. And I get it that it's a skill that maybe they have only, obtained in training themselves and whatnot. But at the same time, please, man, AWPs, y'all, hey, team, teach the law enforcement. Because God knows there's so many other missing men and women and children out here that could be found just as quickly if they had this in their back pocket, if they had these skills in their back pocket. And then also it's like, what is the technology? Tell us what the tech is, man. What are your beautiful toys that you're using? And teach them that too, so that we can, instead of this being a 2-week excursion, it can be a day. But I digress. It's just a thought. Shout out to AWP for holding it down. I will say that.
I'd like to bring you guys on camera at the moment and thank the entire team that made this entire trip possible. Carson, Cade, Kevin, Josh Cantu, Devin. This is our entire team. Like I said, it's not me. It's not Nick. You know, it takes an entire village, including you guys, that put us in this position to do this. And it's an honor, because without your support, we would not be able to do what we do. So thank you guys. Thank you guys as a team. We appreciate all your hard work on the road. It's not easy. You know, we travel across the entire nation, day after day, state after state, city after city, helping family after family and agency after agency. And it's a lot of hard work when we're out here and we're trying to do something that hasn't been done before.
I'm hoping, again, shout out to this entire team, because it takes a village to do what they do, right? It takes a village, a family putting together, going after the same purpose, going after the same dedications and all that. So shout out to this team, because without this team, we would still be scratching our heads, thinking about many, many different things right now, speculating like crazy, pointing fingers at things that we don't need to be pointing our fingers at, right? And they were able to nip this in the bud within a day. So I keep thinking, hopefully, this is the other thing I'll say. I'm hoping that this moment inspires other men and women that are skilled in this game, skilled in this field of work, to step forward and start their own groups, start their own teams, so that, hey, or Adventures with Purpose creates their own chapters, and there's one in the, one that's based in the West Coast, and another one in the South and the North and the East. You see what I'm saying? So that if ever something like this, I mean, well, there's so many that happen on a daily basis that maybe they don't have to be traveling as much. You see what I'm saying? I'm hoping that this inspires other people to step forward and do this kind of skill. If you guys have this skill, it sounds like it's a very rare skill. It could be very lucrative as well. And it helps save so many people. So I'm just hoping that you look at this team, you see what's going on. And I know that some of these guys are, they're marketing or they're videographers and all that. So imagine some of those guys not being here, as far as those editors and whatnot, because you don't need to be on YouTube to put to save lives. It does help spread the message of your brand for sure. But at the same time, there's plenty of opportunities out here to find and close some cold cases and save some lives. If there were more teams like this out there, just something to think about. Just something to think about, y'all. And if it does inspire, if what I'm saying inspires you, I say Godspeed, yo. Do whatever you need to do to save some people,
And thankfully, we're in the position to do so because of you guys and all of you at home.
Thanks, guys.
We will be taking the next 2 days to properly debrief, decompress, and prepare for our next case, which is 22-year-old Julissa Fuentes in Selma, California.
Please keep the Rodni family in your thoughts and prayers, as we are. Hug your loved ones a little tighter and take the time to take time, as we never know when it will be our last opportunity to do so. I hope, as tragic as this outcome turned out to be, that this will carry on so that we are able to help the next family like we did here. Thank you.
Look at that.
At this point, we mentioned earlier, you guys are free to use anything that we've shown in this video in your own news reporting. We'd also like you guys to take consideration that we are fielding a lot of requests for interviews. We will process them as we do get to them. Again, we thank all of you for putting us in this position. It wouldn't be possible without you. I know we say that enough, but at the end of the day, we're just normal guys put in the position by you. Without your support, none of this would be possible. So thank you. I think maybe we have a few questions that are coming in right now. If we can field those from Jared, who's on there, we can add a few bit more of information on this before we end it. Give me a second, guys. Please be patient.
Mental health, emotionally trying.
I'm always focusing on our team and our mental state, our emotional state. This is Nick's first soft case that he's been a part of. Devin, as well as Kevin, and we focus on the positive. As tragic as this is, I always drill home to these guys to focus on what we're doing. We're providing answers for families. We're helping law enforcement close cases. That's a positive thing. We can't allow ourselves as professionals as we become to get caught up in some of the other things that aren't going to benefit us to get caught up in. So we're focusing maintaining our mental focus on the positive aspects of what it is that we do, which is providing answers.
Annual membership.
Yeah. Again, please, I'd like to encourage each and every one of you, if you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free.
I concur.
Any more questions?
Subscribe to the channel, y'all.
Again, this is servicing as a press release debrief. This is not a fully edited episode. Again, we could not release a lot of the details right away due to the climate surrounding this case. It is an ongoing, active investigation by the FBI, Placer County Sheriff's Department, and Nevada County Sheriff's Department. Please respect that they have to do their job. They have a lot of work to do, and the official identification of Kiely will come in the next few days, I'm sure. That will be made from the medical examiner.
I will say this too, just to echo what he's saying here. Their job was to just locate the car. That's it. And possibly locate her if she's anywhere near or in the car. And that's exactly what they did. Right? Now, they can't answer anything else. I'm sure there's other sensitive pieces of information there that may have been in the car or may not have been in the car. But their job was to specifically do what? Find Kiely. And they did exactly that. They wanted to find out if there was a car in the lake. They found exactly what they were there to do. Okay? They found the car. They found her. Now, as far as all the other things, they're not going to know everything. They're not going to sit there and go, oh, it was really, there's foul play. They have no place to say anything because that's not what they came there to do. So, of course, they're not going to be able to answer those questions. Of course. All right. Totally understandable, right? But I will say this though, somebody in they popped a question up there that they didn't address, but somebody on there was saying like YouTube is really man, I'm just gonna pull it up. What did it say? YouTubers are doing something good, and I gotta be real. Damn right. Without us talking, squawking, and losing our damn minds over all this stuff, a lot of these stories would just go under, water under the bridge. It would just be nothing, right? But without us actually talking about it and saying something, I don't think they would have, Adventures with Purpose may not have been out there as soon as they did, as quickly as they did. They would have eventually found the car, but we might have had to tag on another 2 weeks on this bad boy if Adventures with Purpose weren't there. I mean, it's insane to me. It's absolutely insane. I got a couple super chats real quick. And, again, shout out to AWP. If you can, Go support the channel, support in any way you can. Tish in Tennessee, or T in Tennessee, if I'm correct. You just changed it. So thank you, Tish, for the $20. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank you for being a gentleman when you were covering all topics, but especially these type. So many YouTubers forget that family and friends could be listening. You don't get likes and subscribers by creating drama. Yep. I'm with you 110 freaking percent. It's weird to me where some of the stories have been going recently, especially just specifically on this case. And I just keep saying, hey, well, first off, my name's Bennett and I ain't in it. That's one thing I'm going to say. Number two, it's if it doesn't pertain to the case itself, why create false narratives like trying to put the blame on other people that we may or may not know were there or were not there? That's the only thing I'll say there on that. You know, I understand everybody's very passionate about this. Everyone wants to solve the case. Everyone wants to save her and find Kiely. But at the same time, when it goes off the beaten path, I just don't think it's a good idea. And yes, when you start doing crazy stuff like doxing and trying to, it gets dangerous. It starts getting very, very dangerous. And that's something I do not stand for. Okay. I don't stand for that kind of stuff. No one deserves any of that, especially the people who are just out here doing their job, which is to report the news, report what was going on. Okay. Verna Coy or Kui, thank you so much for the 5. I'm local. She weaned off a hill and into the water, bottom out, probably where the crime scene tape was. Momentum would have carried her into water. Interesting. Because, you know, I'm going to be showing you guys here in a second it just looks like it's a straight line, like a straight road into the lake, right? A spot where you could back your, back a boat into, right? So that you can pull out and then go into the lake, right? So this is the piece that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. But we are going to look at that in a second because it's the sky view and it's just like, yo, it's just a straight line down the into the lake. It's weird. All right. But it could have been anything, guys. Again, it could have been anything. And I understand why people still are thinking foul play just because of how the car was found, where the car was found, all that stuff. And we'll be looking at that in a second. So, Verna, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Tish in Tennessee again with the 20. Thank you so much, sweetheart. This is someone's baby. It's so easy to sit back and judge her parents, friends. But when I look in the mirror, I am perfectly imperfect. I am a perfectly imperfect parent and well aware this could happen to anyone, any child, anywhere. And I do agree with that 110%, right? You know, I'm not a parent, but at the same time, I'm still human. I ain't perfect. I make mistakes every damn day. I made 5 in the last 5 minutes doing this show. It's just life. This is what we do. We make mistakes. We learn from mistakes and we move on. And not every single mistake that we make does not mean that is the one thing on why, say, your child went missing. You see what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of attacks on the mother, which I'm going, I don't understand why that's even happening, right? Some people saying, oh, why didn't you stay up when she said she was on her way home? Well, there's something called trust. There's something called, hey, maybe she believed that her child was okay. And we don't know whether or not she was sober or not. But let's just say if she was heavily intoxicated, I mean, all you can do is take your daughter or your child's word for it when they say, oh, I'm on my way home. I'm fine. I'll be home in 30 minutes. You take their word for it and you go back to sleep. And then you hear the door open and the keys drop on the counter, and you hear their sneakers or their, the footsteps go up the stairs, and they close the bedroom door, or they come into the bedroom and they kiss your forehead and say, hi, mama, I love you. Okay, she's home. But she didn't come home that night. That doesn't mean that mother is a bad mother. No, she was being a mother. She was just being a mama, y'all. And some people just need to tranquilo on some of those theories. I will say that. All right. And Terry G, yep, things happen to adults too. Yep. What happened, what could have happened to her, same thing could have happened to anyone. All right. Same thing. And it is just frustrating sometimes when, and I get it, everyone wants to be right. Okay. Everybody wants to have their theories. It's okay to have theories. It's okay to speculate. We speculate like a mug on this show. Okay. It's okay. But when the facts do come out, or when they give you pieces of evidence and facts, we hold on to those things, not try to build more stuff around it. It's like, okay, now we know where she is. She was found. Let us find out what's going on with the autopsy and the toxicology report. Were there any bruises on her body outside of the damage from the impact of hitting the water or whatever? You see what I'm saying? If there really was foul play involved in this thing, the truth will be told in the autopsy and the toxicology reports. I guarantee you that. And yes, I get it. Everybody has their theories, but I'm telling you, we all need to just sit back and wait. Just wait. Because this could very well be just a simple, straightforward story of a young girl having a little bit too much, losing control of her car and going into the lake. I hate to say it like that, but that could very well be what the case is here. All right. Now, I did have footage, like my whole car, my whole phone. I can't even talk today. My whole computer shut down. I had all like some videos and stuff popped up and ready to go. But I'm going to pull this one up here because I want you guys to see this. And it's just like a sky view, of them starting to pull out the car and all that stuff. But it's just interesting how close it is to the shore. And just how it's just weird. Take a look at this. And please hit that like button down below if you don't mind. That would really, really mean a lot. And I mean, allegedly, there's going to be another press conference at 1. So in about a half hour. So I guess I might stay on for that. If I'm correct, we'll see. I think there is one. But let's see. And maybe somebody out there knows. So fam, comment in the chat. I think there is another, like an actual press conference coming from law enforcement today, allegedly at 12, around 1 o'clock, I think. So I just wanted to make sure that that's correct. So maybe somebody knows that for sure. But that from what I saw, but they've been changing things every 5 seconds, especially with this particular case. But let's take a look at this. Okay, and then I got something I want to share with you guys.
We're expecting an update from investigators about a car and a body found in a Truckee reservoir yesterday.
Yeah, the discovery was made very near to where 16-year-old Kiely Rodni went missing just 2 weeks ago. KCRA3's Mike DeSalle is outside the Placer County Sheriff's Department with what we know right now.
Good morning, and let's start with the fact that there's no official confirmation yet that this is all linked to that missing 16-year-old. Again, that is something that weird. Could come out at that news conference later this morning. But let me take you back to yesterday and show you the scene as Live Copter 3 was overhead. This is Prosser Reservoir. The Live Copter 3 was there as the vehicle was pulled from the water. It was confirmed that a body.
Okay, so obviously the car had been flipped back around. All right. But do you see what I'm talking about though? I mean, that's not even a wide view, but do you see it just kind of, the shore just, it just rolls right into the lake, obviously, right? So there's something strange about that doesn't make any real sense to me. How this is just kind of boom, right there. And I know that they were starting to pull the car back, right? So the car's obviously much closer than it was originally when they found the actual car. But that's so strange to me, though, right? Isn't that a little strange? I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to stir the speculation pot or the conspiracy theory pot. I'm just saying it's just interesting. We got to ask these questions. And it's just strange that it's not, I don't know. We're going to keep looking, but watching this, but I'm just saying where the road at? Where the road be at? Like, I'm expecting it, I was expecting the car to, you see what I'm saying? Like to roll off the side of a road. Like, I don't know. I'm going to continue. I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense how this car ended up here. But anyway.
Was inside and that car was submerged in 14 feet of water. The group that found her is a group called Adventures with Purpose. They're a specialty search and recovery dive team that actually joined this search just in the last couple of days. And while some may be questioning why this vehicle wasn't found sooner, others are commending the quick work of Adventures with Purpose. Listen.
And I've seen their YouTubes. I knew they were going to find her. And I think within a couple hours, they found her. Pretty amazing.
I don't fault law enforcement in any way. They, I know they put in thousands of hours of searching, and Adventures with Purpose just has a specialty. They have the knowledge of reading their sonar equipment, and it's just a special talent that they have.
And initially on social media, Adventures with Purpose was making that link to the 16-year-old. But again, that is not something that's been confirmed. And the official ID of the body found has not yet been released. Again, all of that could be something we could hear in that news conference coming up later this morning, scheduled for 11 a.m. inside the Truckee Donner Recreation and Park District building. And we'll have the latest updates as they become available, immediately available on the KCRA 3 app. At the Placer County Sheriff's Department, Mike Tassell, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, again, this is just a very sad situation for them to find out what's going on. And it sounds like, yes, it is 1 p.m. today, my time. 1 p.m. my time. So it'll be 1 p.m. my time, 11 a.m. Pacific. Because I know Be True just asked that question as well. Okay. And I've got words. Thank you so much. It is 1 p.m. just so you guys know. So we got 30 minutes to chop it up and talk about all this. So please, if you can, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Send it past 800 likes. That would really mean a lot. It doesn't cost a thing. All right. A like don't cost a thing, but it does help this channel grow. All right. And for those of y'all who haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button as well. Support in any way that you can. I would really appreciate that. Real bloody talk. Sorry, I'm just fixing something right quick. But yeah, again, shout out to that amazing team, AWP, Adventures with Purpose, for coming through and doing what they're doing. And like I said, I hope that this inspires other people to step forward and try, and just try, learn this new thing. That is an amazing skill to have. Okay. That's an amazing skill to have, period. Okay. And it's definitely a skill that is needed so badly. F it. I'm going to talk about it right now. There was another guy, a doctor, Chandra. I'm forgetting his name now. I feel like a jerk. Hold on. Because I just saw this in the corner of my eye. Shondre Cross, doctor, and apparently he took his boat out. He's in Florida, and he never came back home. So his wife filed a missing persons report. They were out in the ocean looking, like I think in the Gulf area, trying to find this man, this doctor. And after about 2 weeks, if I'm correct, it was about nearing 2 weeks of searching, law enforcement said that they were going to start to taper back their focus, the manpower on trying to find this doctor. Literally. So that's just over there. We're over here in a lake. We got something else that's going on here, and obviously that's an ocean and all that, and it's a totally different can of worms. But still, there are people that are missing every single day in many, many different ways. Not only just by or in or near bodies of water. They're getting lost in deserts. They're getting lost in the woods, etc. So being able to have these specific skills and tech and how to use this technology and all that could bring a lot of these people home a lot sooner. Could answer a lot of questions, burning questions that a lot of us have, especially a lot of these cold cases that are out here as well. So imagine if there was a second team affiliated with Adventures with Purpose. Imagine what they could accomplish. Right? But that's just me. Verna, thank you so much for the $2. I believe she went in off that hill directly above. Maybe. I'm going to show you guys this other it's like a sky view or a couple shots of the area. It's another news clip. Shout out to KCRA. They've been covering this stuff like crazy, obviously. But yeah, that it could very well be it. And hence the reason why the car flipped over upside down. That could very well be it too. Constable Dickey, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. There's a fork in the road. Turn right, lake. Turn left, road. She only started driving earlier this year, and she was intoxicated and on drugs. It's sad. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's just, I'm going to show you, Constable, I'm going to show you this video, and we're going to pause on the spot, and you're going to be like, and I'm just going, this doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. But like I said, what you just said and what Verna just said, shoot, I mean, literally, it could be that combination. It could be that combination, y'all. Hold on one second. Sandwich just said, yeah, wouldn't it have been in a shallow area like a beach unless it flew off a cliff, which could very well be it as well. Again, Verna, thank you again with the 2. I'm local. Wish I could show you. It's so clear. Maybe you could maybe you have a photo or something like that. Maybe you can email it to me or something like that. And we could take a look for ourselves, you know what I mean? Together, that would be, from whatever you have, that would be amazing. Okay. I'd really appreciate it, y'all. Cause like I said, this is not great news. This is sad, but then, that's the other thing though, too, before we look at this video, why do these areas, I've just noticed, is it just me, or when you drive to an area that has, like, let's just say they have it's very like lots of cliffs, or there's a lot of ditches, or there's a lake right nearby, but you don't see any guardrails around those very, very sharp turns. I mean, you see them, but sometimes you don't have all of them covered. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not expecting every single road by in a mountainous area or a hilly area or by a body of water to have guardrails all the time. But still, though, I've noticed that even driving around, sometimes I get a bout of anxiety because I'm like, man, if my tire blew out, I'm a goner. I'm gone. It'll send me sailing off the damn hill. You know what I'm saying? At least me. When you drive and you see literally you are like your car's feet away from just a drop, but there's no guardrail at all. And I wonder why that doesn't I wonder why they don't do that. That some of these twists and turns, especially the ones that are in those kind of areas, don't have the proper guardrails to stop people from veering off. Because there's always human error. It doesn't matter if you're a novice or if you are a skilled driver, there is still human error. Just saying that out loud. It just seems strange. It just seems very, very strange. But here's some more footage. Just wanted to show you guys this too.
Investigators and rescue divers joining forces at the Prosser Creek Reservoir in Truckee. Live Copter 3 capturing the moment a car was pulled out of the water Sunday night. A volunteer search group called Adventures with Purpose says their divers found that car as well as a body here, the same area where 16-year-old Kiely Rodni was reported missing.
It was a pretty big stretch for them to look for her. She could have been anywhere.
Adventures with Purpose says the car they found matches the description of Kiely's car, which is a silver Honda CR-V. It's important to point out that as of late...
Okay. So I know I'm cutting out in between information here, and I will roll it back because I know you guys are here for the information too. But look at that, though. Now, if she came in through this way, let's just say, may her soul rest, okay? Seriously, may that young woman's soul rest. But let me say this, though, real quick. You see this road or you see this shore, and there's even a wider shot that shows you a road, a straight road to this lake like this. Now, if she went in through this way, that is weird. But if, like Verna said, if she went off from a hill, that is a good possibility as well. But if she came in through here, strange. Okay? Strange. Just saying that, just have to say that. We got a call like it is. I'm going to roll this back just a little bit so you guys get that full piece of information here. All right? But of course, this is her car. Well, they're saying that they haven't confirmed it yet, but I'm just assuming that at 1:00, they're going to be making the announcement saying we are officially identifying that she has been found deceased. But let's continue.
The CR-V. It's important to point out that as of late Sunday night, the Placer County Sheriff's Office said it had not yet confirmed the identity of the body that was found.
It just baffles me that they weren't able to locate her in 2 weeks.
Kiely was last seen on August 6th at a party with hundreds of other teens at the Prosser Family Campground. Several law enforcement agencies, including the Placer and Nevada County Sheriff's Offices, California Highway Patrol, and the FBI, have been searching for Kiely ever since.
For them to not be able to find her, it is pretty, I don't know. It bothers me a little.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Adventures with Purpose was brought in to join the search just days ago and credits their use of sonar to locate missing people.
They got that all wrong. Oh my God, mainstream media. They have not been involved for that long. They were only involved for a day. Don't put plural. A day. And not even a full 24 hours, y'all. Not even a full 24 hours. Okay, so let's get that right. Maybe days ago, they said that they're coming out and wanting to help and support and try to find this young girl. That's it. They were not out there kicking rocks trying to look what's going on. They walked in and they were in there for a day. They pulled up. They got their stuff out. They started putting in the work, and then guess what? She was found.
Sonar to locate missing people. Many in the community questioning why it took until their involvement for law enforcement to potentially have an update to the search in this area.
Why don't they have the equipment that they had to find her? Why, where we live, we have bodies of water everywhere.
But others, such as this man who is a monthly donor to Adventures with Purpose, tell me they do not think this was an easy task.
I don't fault law enforcement in any way. They, I know they put in thousands of hours of searching, and Adventures with Purpose just has a specialty. They have the knowledge of reading their sonar equipment.
While the search for answers continues, there is hope that the discoveries made by Adventures with Purpose will give Kiely's family some closure.
I knew if anybody could, they would be the ones.
Now, I will say this. This gentleman right here that was also a monthly supporter of Adventures with Purpose. I will say this. Listen, yes, this is the only reason why, like I said, I'm not knocking law enforcement at all. They were putting in the time. They were just starting to give up. And for a lot of people, they would sit there and say, well, why would you give up so quickly? Right? Even myself, I'm like, wow, they're already ready to just throw in the towel. They're already ready to turn this into a cold case. That's how I felt, in my heart of hearts. That's how I felt, and I can only imagine what the family was feeling too, what the parents were feeling as well. Right. Because they're sitting there going, wait a second. No, come on. She's out here. She's somewhere. We got to find her. But then they came in, right? They came in. And they did, Adventures with Purpose came in, and they did their due diligence, found her within a day, right? Now, and I'm sure that they were there the day before, maybe to scope out the area, but they did not, because I saw Ashley Oaks. Shout out to Ashley Oaks. How you doing, girl? All right, I appreciate you putting in saying for the comments. But now I understand. I'm trying to find the actual comment again because it disappeared. Gotta love that. But you did say 2 days. Now, I'm sure they probably came in, saw what was saw the area. Sure, they were there, boots on the ground for a day, but they didn't start searching until that day, until the day that we talked about it, right? Walked in and bang, found her. It's just mind-blowing in my personal opinion. All right. And again, I get it that it's a specific skill that these guys have. Then, hey, maybe it's something that it's a specialized unit, that law enforcement builds and creates. Maybe they create something like that so that any person that is missing in very unique ways like this, or or people that are just missing in general, there is a group of people that are skilled specifically for those things. And I get it. It's not going to be every single day that you're going to be utilizing that group, right? Or that unit, but at least that unit is there so that you can go in and, you know what I mean? But like I said, I guess we learn as we grow, right? We learn as we grow. But like I said, I'm gonna show you guys that piece right. Where was it? Bang, right here, which is still strange to me. But again, I don't want to go too deep down the speculation deep. I don't want to go too deep down the speculation rabbit hole right now. But I do find this a little strange that it's right. It was 55 feet, as they said, away from the actual shore. Now, it could have been, she could have come in from high, and she could have come in from right there, which is very, very strange to me. Okay. Very, very strange to me. But we're going to take a look at a few things here, too. Bernadette Lone Fire. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it, girl. Not all heroes wear capes. Blessings to the AWP. All right. Facts. They came through in the clutch, and were able to hold it down and find out what's going on. All right. They were able to find out what was going on, or at least find her. And again, this at least answers the main question, which was, where is she? And now we know. And I will say this. If this is just straight up a under the influence involved accident, then again, this should be a conversation that should be had with our kids. Because there's a lot of kids out here. That are driving under the influence, trying to act like they're sober so that they at least get home, so that they don't get in trouble with their parents. There's a lot of kids that are getting themselves in some serious, bad, and devastating situations because they think they're sober, or they think that they can drive like this in this particular way, and then they are no longer here. And I hate to say that, but we have to have a real sobering conversation and a real sobering realization that these things do happen, right? And if it is that is a conversation that needs to be had with your children. Period. I know that we all, don't want to talk about it, don't want to say those things, because God forbid my kid wouldn't do X, Y, and Z, but those things do happen. And all this craziness went down because of a night of debauchery, and that no one could really answer fully about what was going on, because there was a copious amount of underage drinking, use of illegal party favors, etc. So no matter what, yes, may she rest in peace, but at the same time, this is something that should spark a conversation with you and your children. Because remember, we still got the holidays, y'all. Maybe school for a lot of people has started. Like a lot of people, at least in my area, school has started today. It was the first day of school for a lot of kids today, right? And so in my mind, I'm going, okay, we got the holidays coming up, y'all. Halloween, Thanksgiving, the holidays. There's a lot more kids that are going to want to go out and do crazy stuff during that time of the year too. So please speak, talk to your children. Spark up that conversation. I know it's awkward, but at the same time, it needs to be had. It needs to be had indeed. But again, Berenice, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you very much. We got 10 minutes until the actual press conference, right? Let's see. I'm thinking one thing that I do fear, of course, especially when somebody is passed like this, right? You get a little nervous about talking about certain things, because you don't want to you don't want to upset people, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it is a conversation that we need to talk about. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Uno momento, por favor. 1 second, guys. Now, one thing I wanted to see is, hold on. Yeah, I am still wondering what the heck happened, how her car got all the way over there. Yep, there is a press conference here at 1. So that's allegedly supposed to be going down here soon, in about 8 minutes from now. But I wanted to open up my phone lines because I tried to do the video chat line, and no no one is to be trusted with that anymore. But let's see if we can get this going. Let's see here. My only thing is that I would love to do video chat, but the thing is I don't I don't trust it anymore right now. I don't trust that. Too many bad people out here trying to do stupid things, trying to destroy things, you know what I mean? But I do have phone line open. Somebody's already calling. Okay. Hello? Oh, shoot. Hello, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Pascal. This is Roberta from New York.
Hey, Roberta from New York. What's up? What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
I'm just grateful that hopefully they found her remains. I guess they have to wait for the DNA to come back, but they can have some kind of peace. You know, her friends and family and loved ones can have some kind of peace.
Absolutely.
Regarding her being missing.
Yeah. It's definitely now time for the family to, just, go through the process, right, of saying their goodbyes to their loved one and all that. And yeah, it definitely closes. It answers that main question, which is, where is she? And now she is, right?
Yeah.
We now know where she is. And so hopefully, again, toxicology and autopsy will say a lot of things too. You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. You're 110% right on all that. So go ahead.
Also, they start to receive closure, and a difficult conversation that parents probably were trying not to have. It'll force the parents' hand to speak with the young people and tell them, this is not make believe. This is really happening to people that you may actually know.
Absolutely.
But
no.
Okie dokie. Well,
thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, she is. She's absolutely right. She basically echoed what I just said earlier. I think it's extremely important that it's a difficult conversation, but it is a conversation nonetheless. I mean, there's a lot of reality that needs to be looked at here. Okay. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Kevin from Pennsylvania.
Kevin from Pennsylvania, man. What's your thoughts on this whole situation, man?
I was your super chat constable.
Oh, okay. What's up, Constable? What's your thoughts on this, man? Thank you so much for these super chats.
I just think it was I called in last night to another YouTube. Unfortunately, I just think it was a horrible accident.
Yeah.
And I know some people think that it was suspect, and for a little bit I did too. But as time went on and you looked at more things, it's usually like the simplest answer is usually what it is, right?
No kidding.
So if you look at the timeline, well, first let's talk about the car, because the car seemed like it was really deep in the lake. It had rained recently. It had rained later that night of the party, and then it also rained like 4 days ago. So it lifted it by like 3 or 4 feet. The car is going to drift anywhere from like 5 to 15 feet just because of the motor and the weight of it. And so that really kind of explains as to why it's so deep in there. You know, going through the events, if you look at it, there was this mass exodus, right? A whole bunch of people left right around the time she sent her text messages. So most likely what happened is something spooked everybody. She texted her friend Sammy saying, like, you got to ride because we got to leave. And her friend said, yeah, we're good. She jumped in the car, knowing that she probably shouldn't have. There is, if you find an expanded picture, to get in and out of that place, you literally have to like arc around the beach. So if you make the right, it takes you out of there. If you make the left, you go right into the water. It's literally like 100 feet difference.
Right.
So she was probably panicked, drunk, high. Like I said, she's only been driving for less than a year. And you get in the car, you take a left, you're thinking that you're running from something, that you're escaping, whatever spooked them. Maybe so the cops were coming. Maybe there was a fight and, you know, some violence was threatened and everybody rolled out. And she just took a left. She hit the water. She started panicking, and she called her friend, Sammy, and Sammy didn't pick up. And I know a whole bunch of people think that Sammy's guilty, but maybe she feels guilty because she didn't answer that phone call, and now her friend is missing, and now unfortunately she's passed away.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't have to be she's guilty because she did something bad. Maybe she appears guilty because she feels guilty because she wasn't there for her friend.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's what I was thinking as well. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe I was thinking, that maybe she was just maybe it was one of those things of just why, you know, Sammy is so moved, so motivated to be there, right? Because she feels like she's taking some responsibility, you know, emotionally in her own mind for being the last person to speak to her and being like, damn, if only I just stayed with her and took her with me, or didn't leave her behind or something like that, she'd still be here, so on and so forth. You know, it's the woulda, coulda, shoulda situation, right? You know, wish I could have done this, wish I could have done that. But obviously, you know, it could very well be exactly what it is, which is a situation of someone getting a little bit too inebriated, getting behind a car and losing control of the car. That could very very well be it too. You know what I mean? But again, anything's possible. I think a lot of it will be answered once we get a toxicology report done, autopsy report as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to even speak on that real quick, I know you're busy, man.
Yeah.
Real quick. So if my theory is somewhat right, you know, and other people, not just mine, but other people's, not only was she the last person to talk to her, but her friend sent her a text looking out for her, saying, hey, do you need a ride? Because we got to go. So not only is she the last person, but she had her back, and now she's gone.
Yeah.
Like, that must be devastating.
It is absolutely devastating, man. Imagine what's going on in those kids' heads too. You know what I mean? It's devastating. But hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut this off with you. I appreciate you hopping on and putting in your 2 cents. They're about to do they're live right now. So I appreciate you coming on and putting in your 2 cents, bro. Talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot for answering. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Let's get this live going here. Let's hear what they have to say.
Lake was located within a search zone that we have been searching since the very beginning of our operation. We were very fortunate that we had the assistance of a volunteer group, the Adventures with Purpose, that came out with some very specific expertise and were able to help us in locating the vehicle that we had been searching for several weeks. It's at these times that we really want to recognize the reason why we're all here, and that is for this family. We've said that from day one with our staff, the incredible amount of collaboration that we've received from our partners in this region. You know, clearly being a mountain town, we're used to having great collaboration, knowing that none of us have enough resources to go around. But when we all work together, I think it is an incredible show of how committed all of our agencies are for our community here. Working hand in hand in unified command, joint command with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, the folks from the California Highway Patrol, the Truckee Police Department, and our friends from the Federal Bureau of Investigations. The amount of effort that all of these agencies put together really truly is why we're here today. And as we eliminated a lot of tips and information that was coming in, I think it's very important to understand that all of that work did lead us to this time. And being able to focus on the services that we provide to our families here that are impacted. We've recovered the vehicle. We recovered the vehicle last night. We have located a decedent inside the vehicle. We believe it is our missing person.
Okay.
We have not been able to positively identify, but it's more than likely where we are today. And we wanted to make sure that the family had all that information first. The last thing we want to do is have them learn information outside of our team. So I think that is one of the points that I really want to make sure that our communities know, and the folks that are watching today know, is truly how committed we've been throughout these last few weeks in coming to this resolution. It's still an active investigation, and I understand there will be, and that we will continue to receive lots of questions regarding our investigation, and we will release what we can. But at this time, our commitment is to this family, and that is where we will consistently reach for making decisions on what we release. And again, it is still a very active investigation. So again, I appreciate everyone being here, getting this information out. It is the reason why we're here is because of the community support and the amount of work that was put into this investigation to where we could clearly identify very specific areas to search. The Adventures with Purpose folks did just a fantastic job at being able to locate the vehicle as quickly as they did, based on, again, a lot of heavy lifting that the folks behind me have done throughout the last couple of weeks. So I appreciate everyone being here, and we'll open up for some questions.
I'll go first.
Yes, ma'am.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I do have to ask this, though. Does the water, I mean, under there after a few days, of course, there's deterioration, right, on the body. But does it do so much that you can't recognize a person's face? That's the one thing I'm confused about. That's the one thing I'd like to know, because it sounds like they're trying to get the to ID and all that through DNA, rather than saying, okay, okay, and fish. And fish. Yeah, if the windows were open. That is if the windows are open, right? So sorry, I just had to I had to ask that because I'm sure a lot of people are asking that or going to ask that, right? Oh man, that's terrible. Okay, let's move on.
What agency called in a venture with purpose, and when did you decide, if it was you guys, that we needed this extra help?
Captain Sam Brown from my agency will be happy to answer this question.
Yeah, thanks. The question is which agency requested? I'm not exactly sure that an agency had reached out and requested from within our unified command, but as everybody's reading online and seeing all the information that was coming out, and we realized that there was an interest from Adventures with Purpose, we did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet that hopefully was of assistance to helping them locate the area to go to.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it. I also don't want to take away, though, from anything from our volunteers as well as law enforcement that have been out there. I mean, we literally had people swimming in the water looking down so that we didn't disturb the ground initially. You know, my understanding is the vehicle was upside down. That also makes it more difficult. And if silt and things come up above, that can also make things difficult. So before I really can say, hey, why we weren't able to do it, I also could say that we eliminated a lot of areas that we would still be searching if we didn't have all the great people out there. And that helped give them some guidance as well, I think. But clearly their expertise in diving and their equipment that they brought to the table assisted us, and we appreciate that.
Did they specifically have any specific technology that all of these 16 law enforcement agencies didn't have?
I'll have to debrief with them before I'd have the answer to that question. I believe we're going to try to do that today.
Adventures with a Purpose has referenced red tape a couple times, saying they don't have the red tape that maybe your assisting agencies have. What is that red tape, and why might it be easier for a private organization to do this?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to red tape. I think that from the very beginning, we never deterred anybody other than certain scenes that we closed off at times that became areas of interest and we wanted to protect for evidence. So I don't know that there was any red tape ever put on this. I mean, if you look at the amount of man hours that went into it, it was like over 15,000. And I know it's even higher than that now. I don't think there was ever red tape. There were maps created for civilians to be out. The boat ramp in the lake were never actually shut down because the way we were looking at it is more eyes out there, the better off we're going to be for finding Kiely. And that was continually the goal. So I'm not sure that there was ever red tape. I think it comes down to lots of factors. And like I said, we're going to debrief and try to figure out how do we become better and do a better job at these types of operations.
Why did agencies believe it was an abduction at first?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of miscommunication. I don't know that it was ever labeled as an abduction. I think that you can never take that off the table. And so as we talked as a command group and unified command with all my partners that you see behind us, you couldn't remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so, there was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified fairly early on. But we also probably wouldn't have received all the services and all the people if that wasn't an option. If this was truly a search and rescue mission, we may not have had all the resources to conduct interviews. I think they identified over 400 juveniles, and to be able to interview all of those folks and provide feedback off of all that, it takes an army of people. And I think we were lucky to be able to put that together between my partners and agencies that are right behind me.
Did any of the juveniles, anybody mention a car going over the side, a car on the water, out of all those?
I don't believe that statement was made, not to my knowledge.
Was there any indication that this was an accident or foul play?
That's still being investigated. If we'd like, we could turn it over for CHP can give some information. They are conducting the accident investigation utilizing their MATE team.
Good morning, Josh Ellers, Assistant Chief with CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners here. As you see, we're utilizing our MATE team, our multidisciplinary accident investigation team, to harness more data from the vehicle that was recovered. Also, we've utilized all of our air resources to map and video and take photographs of the area in question. And that's currently ongoing, so I can't comment on the nature and details of that investigation, but I certainly appreciate all the partnership that we have here with our local county and state partners, and we'll continue to assist in any overarching way that we can as an agency.
Do you know how close the vehicle was to the actual party site?
I don't
That's a
have the
good question.
exact location in terms of distance, but it was relatively close to the area in question.
Okay, relatively close.
Like a few hundred yards or half a mile?
I couldn't say. I haven't seen the exact data and the mapping. That's still ongoing.
But it was close. Okay.
Did many party goers leave by the same route?
You know, this is, I can't comment on all of that, but what I can tell you is, and I think it's been discussed, is this is a very popular area. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicular traffic on and off road. So certainly crisscrossed and a lot of extensive movement in that area continually throughout this time of year, certainly.
Is there any suspicion that it could be another car who maybe
guys.
hit this car, or was it a one-person car situation?
I don't have that information that I could comment on at this time. What I can tell you is we'll do a thorough investigation. We'll take every bit and piece of information that we have, including what's already been provided to us, and we'll reach some conclusions that will be provided to the parties of interest at that time.
Before Adventures with Purpose went out there this weekend, when was the last time that we had swimmers or divers from any of these 16 agencies out there searching in that area?
I'd defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds they were following up on Coldstream, as well as other bodies of water. So I don't know that dive teams ever discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow up on all of those things. And I believe Adventures with Purpose also had been diving at other lakes as well within the area.
Is there any time frame from the time that Adventures with Purpose started to how long it took them to find it?
You're talking on Prosser Lake specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was relatively quickly, but I don't have an exact time. Like, again, we're going to have to debrief with them, figure out, between putting equipment down, getting in the water, and identifying where the car was at.
Can you talk about what happened last night in terms of taking the car out? What kind of law enforcement was there and what happened last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the law enforcement partners you see behind me were present during that time, trying to do the best they could for ensuring that everything was done correctly and also trying to add some levels of privacy to the best of the ability in worrying about the family and ensuring that they were covered as well. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know what your specific question is asking. But
Logistically, how do you get a car out that's offshore? How does that happen? And then where does the car go? What happens? What happens from last night when you arrived to today?
Yeah, so once the car was located, dive teams were assembled. I believe Placer County was probably still the primary dive team. They have to use lots of devices to lift the car, turn it over, and then the use of tow trucks was what made it possible for pulling the vehicle out of the water. And the vehicle is taken down. The FBI has offered up assistance and are going to be helping to conduct investigation regarding the vehicle itself and making sure that we don't miss something that may be in there that we're not aware of.
Are you guys confident the car was in the water since the night of the party?
I have no reason to believe that it wasn't, but until we have those answers, I wouldn't know the answer to it.
Can you just clarify as far as what teams had been in that area before Adventures with Purpose, if any, on that specific, on Prosser?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost so many that it would be hard to link out between the different teams. There were numerous boats, Yuba County, Alameda, Nevada County, Placer County, Swimmers came from Washoe County. We had divers from every single one of those agencies and then some. I mean, it was a vast amount of people. And I would just say, unless you've conducted these types of searches and try to do it, it does take a level of expertise, and nothing's perfect. You know, when you fly a helicopter over the air trying to identify if something is there, most places give that less than a 5% probability of detection, meaning if you flew over, you only have a 5% chance of seeing something. You had trees and brush and bushes and dirt and all these other things, and it becomes a pretty difficult task. Even though once you find the answer, on hindsight, everything looks 20/20. The reality is it's not that simple. It is pretty complex and it's tough. So again, we're just appreciative that the resources came out and were able to help us in locating it.
Were there signs that the person in the car tried to escape?
I think that's too preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
Describe the difficulty of what water does over 2 weeks to evidence.
It depends. That's a complicated question. I'm not an expert in water. However, temperature of the water and things like that come into play. But it can add difficulty based on many factors that can cause damage to, obviously, things that we want to look at to investigate, but also to bodies that may have been submerged for a period of time.
There likely could have been tire tracks or some type of signal that a car did go into the water there. Did rain impact that? Did this heavy activity in the area impede seeing those signs?
I think everything is a factor, but again, that's where we rely on the MATE team from CHP to come in with their expertise and be able to provide some of those answers.
And it seems that Adventures with Purpose have pretty sophisticated equipment. Is this something that the agencies here have, or you all still need?
Yeah, I'll have to debrief with them to figure out what equipment exactly they use to see if it's items that we have or if it's a matter of training with the items that we have. So until we talk to them and know exactly what they used and how they went about it, I wouldn't be able to answer that correctly.
They also said the car was 14 feet deep. Did y'all go that far to look for the car?
Yeah, some of that information is sometimes deceiving. So yeah, the car was reported at 14 or 15 feet. However, the water level since the 6th has also dropped a vertical 3.5 to 4 feet, which could be 20 to 25 feet off of shore. So a lot of things have changed in those aspects. Until we really can look into all that information and sort through it, it's difficult to say whether those factors had a play in it or not. I think it's still more important for us to debrief, look at training, look at equipment, look at tools, and look at outside entities that are experts, where this is maybe their full-time gig that they do, and try to see how we have that involvement from the community to come out and help support.
At this time, can you tell if there are any signs of foul play?
At this time, we're not going to be able to say anything like that.
It's
because they don't
people
know.
were drinking at the party that night. Was anything found in the car that could lead you to believe that she was drinking that, what the person found was?
Yeah, the investigation's ongoing, so we're not going to be able to comment on that.
It seemed like where they found the car, it might have been pretty far from the road. Do you have suspicions that maybe the people were parking on that little island?
I wouldn't be able to comment on that either unless somebody gave some statements to that. I hadn't heard any information like that, though.
Do you have any theories as to how the car got in the water, and also what gear was the car found in?
I think if I make up theories, then I'm just guessing, and I'm going to lead us back into a trail that's not certain. So we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not going to release any information until we've done a solid investigation on it.
Who received the first call from Adventures with Purpose, and what was that call like?
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. And so I'm not sure, I mean, again, with 150 law enforcement officials, it's possible that a call came in and something happened. But from the Unified Command and talking with my partners, none of us were aware of an initial. So we tasked the investigative sergeant with contacting them and reaching out. So I believe, best I know, we did that proactively on our end.
And they contacted the family?
I think there's still some sketchy details on exactly how that contact went out. So I don't want to speak on behalf of the family.
What was it when you heard, you personally, when you heard that they might have found the car? What went through your head?
Well, I think what we all are thinking, which is hopefully this is true, and we got a lot of work ahead of us to make sure that we still do right by the family. Our biggest concern is making sure that the family has been aware of everything from day one, and that we're not shielding them, but we're also not bombarding them with things. There's a lot of ups and downs throughout this investigation, a lot of emotional turns throughout the whole thing, and our goal was to make sure we're supportive of the family throughout this whole task and doing our best in that.
How long will an investigation into the car, maybe that was for Highway Patrol or FBI, how long does an investigation to look at a car take to figure out what may have happened?
I mean, I think there's a lot of factors in that. I don't mind turning it over to CHP and let them.
Because obviously we have a multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies, it can take time. You know, the FBI is working, evaluating the vehicle. We have to come in and do that. We want to allow them to work. We'll come in and examine data, examine the vehicle, have all of our investigators look at that car. So depending on circumstances, it can be several days, it could be several weeks. We also want to wait on other information related from the coroner's office and other things that all get compiled into a comprehensive investigation. So the easy answer is it could take a while.
All right, we've had an opportunity to hear from most reporters.
Okay.
Most have asked 2 questions. Is there anybody that had a follow-up question that they have not been able to ask yet? Go ahead, sir.
There was a report that Adventures with Purpose was told by police that they did not need to search Foster, or at least in the specific area where the car was found, because that has been extensively searched already. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably not accurate. And we shared maps, ping information, and locations. And so we probably shared that was extensively searched and sonar was used, and that may add to the level of where they chose to go to first or last. However, nothing was prevented or shared. And I don't believe that we gave any indication that we thought we knew where she was at, because clearly from all of our daily press releases, we reported over and over again that we didn't know where she was at, and we needed anybody's help and assistance in finding that location.
But you were working in partnership with Adventure with Purpose?
Yeah, I believe that what ultimately occurred was that our sergeant was able to make contact with them, Sergeant Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, come up with a plan and share information on where things were at. And so we're still appreciative, like I said, of them being able to locate the vehicle.
Will they get the cash reward for helping find the vehicle and the body?
It's not a question I'll be able to answer.
May I ask, have
And
you
the
been able to
Hellcat.
determine a cause of death, and will there be a toxicology report conducted?
Facts.
Yeah.
Good question.
The question was, have we determined cause of death, and will there be a toxicology inquest? Yes. Autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow.
Okay.
Toxicology results generally take 4 to 6 weeks for a return on those. And at that time, we will provide that back over to Nevada County.
Okay.
Does anyone from the family want to make any comments at this point specifically about this massive search and all the tips that came in?
That's what I think too, Sophia.
Yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the press conference. Thank you all for coming here today. We certainly appreciate it, and pay attention to both Placer County Sheriff's Office as well as Nevada County Sheriff's Office as we continue to share details as they become available. So thank you.
Okay. So there you have it right there. The information that we've all been wanting to hear, or at least some. They didn't really answer a whole lot of stuff. They didn't answer like a gang of stuff because, obviously they have to play a lot of things close to the chest because a lot of things are still under investigation and they don't want to say anything that's going to turn into speculation city, right? Or people go rampant with those theories. If they say one little bit, if they say one little thing, people are going to start losing their minds. So they're going to go, oh my God, it was this, this, and this. It was Sasquatch. You know what I mean? So it was a Loch Ness monster. I mean, it's crazy how quickly people will spin and turn this into something else. Now, the thing is right now we don't know anything. All we know is that this young girl, this young woman was found. And that is one big question. That's one big mystery that's finally been answered. There was this one part that I thought was really strange. This particular officer paused on, but that just seemed weird to me. And for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let it be what it is. Let's see what is said in the autopsy. Let's see what is said in a couple weeks when the toxicology reports come back. They said it would take about 4 to 6 weeks, y'all, for the toxicology report to come back. But they should be able to know COD, cause of demise, by tomorrow. You know for a fact we're going to find out what's going on, and we will be talking about it. I will be reporting it, okay, right here on the show. But Sam Witch is saying, say it, Pascal. Say it. Okay, you know what? All right, I'm going to say it. I'll say it. It just seemed weird when they asked, was there any other person in the car, right? And he had a big pause, like he was going through the recesses of his mind, trying to go, well, you know, and he may not have said, he may have just been like, there was other things in the car, right? Maybe there was other things in the car, but not a person. He's like, maybe he was like, should I say that or should I? I'm not going to say that. So no, there wasn't anybody else in the car with her, but maybe there was some other things in there that were very telling that could answer some questions that we have. All right, fine. Sandwich is just, you know, just getting me going here. So we gonna do it. We gonna do it. All right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it is. That's the only problem. But we're gonna see if we can make a miracle happen. We'll see if we can make a miracle happen. Hold on.
The agencies here have, or you all still need?
Yeah, I'll have to debrief with them to figure out what equipment exactly they use to see if it's items that we have or if it's a matter of training with the items that we have. So until we talk to them and know exactly.
You got me looking, scrubbing through. I don't know where it was.
Lines that the person in the car tried.
Preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
There it is. Wow.
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
See what I'm saying? That's it. I mean, you know, I don't want to go like Sandwich asked me to replay it. I'm just replaying it. That's it. I don't want anybody coming at me. All right. I don't want anybody coming at me. It's very quick. I'm going to play it one more time. Like, it is not saying that there is somebody in the car, but obviously in his mind, unless he's having a brain fart, which is possible too. I mean, I'm sure he's nervous. They just found out about all this stuff. I'm sure he's very upset himself because they've been going after this all day long. But there is a little bit of him being like, maybe going through in his mind. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to play one more time for the nosebleed seats. Again, hey, Encyclopedia Faye. Hold up. Encyclopedia Faye. Was there a body outside the car? That's another good question. I do not know. All we know right now is that he had a weird pause. I'm not sitting here saying, oh my God, you know, he knows who killed JFK. No, okay? I'm not going down that crazy route. But it seems as if he saw something was in the car, at least, that could explain a little bit of, may be a clue towards how she ended up in the lake. Just saying. I'm going to play one more time so you guys see it in the nosebleed seats. Okay? I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to make it seem like, oh, you know, they're lizard people living among us. You know what I mean? Frogs drinking the water. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. I'm not pulling an Alex Jones here. All right? Could very well be a brain fart that he was having. Or he literally was like, no, well, there was some paraphernalia in there, and but there wasn't any bodies in there. He could be doing that in his head. And he's like, should I say that? He's editing himself before he even says anything, right? He's censoring himself before he says anything because he doesn't want to sit there and go, yes, there was a, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then everyone loses their mind. But it is weird. I'm just going to play one more time. That's the only thing that I thought was weird. Other than that, it could very well mean that there was maybe just empty bottles of beer. Maybe there was a bottle of liquor, so on and so forth. It could be anything. But I'll play it one more time. Okay?
This time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
There it is. Okay? So there you guys have it. I'm just saying that is just a very strange way of answering that question. There was a little bit of a hesitation or a little bit of a pause. But then again, like I said, maybe they found other things in the car that would say, okay, there was a lot of partying, or maybe there was some other paraphernalia, drug paraphernalia, party favors, etc., that may have been in the car too. That could be it too. There's so many possibilities. So many, right? So we'll see what's going on here. It could very well be like one of our callers just had said it a second ago, Constable. This could very well be a straight up and down accident, and that's all it is. It is all she wrote. That could literally be what that is. So before we start, jumping down the road of more speculations and more conspirizing, let's just let the toxicology report speak for itself. Let the autopsy speak for itself. And we can continue moving on here. Okay? But one thing we know, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of our burning questions, y'all. And one of the burning questions was, where is Kiely? Please find Kiely. And we did. All right? I will say this, though, too. I feel like 5-0, obviously they were collaborating and they were working alongside with AWP, Adventures with Purpose, but I can only imagine how frustrated they might be that it's AWP that was able to wrap this thing up like that, and they've had some weeks, the timelines between both of them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot, shout out to our boys and women in blue. I'm gonna be real. I'm not sitting here knocking anything at all. Okay, and I've done plenty of videos where I've said some things about some very bad apples out here doing some really crazy injustices out here in these streets. But as far as what they had, the resources that they had and all of that, I can only imagine how upsetting they may feel with the fact that they are out here trying to find and solve this mystery. And you got these guys who have a YouTube channel and just have some equipment were able to come in and make this look like light work. I can only imagine what they're going through, what the police are feeling right now, because I'm sure they're going, oh man, again, another L, another one. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We will definitely see what happens here. Again, toxicology report, autopsy report. Those are what we need to be waiting on and finding out what actually happened. What was her actual cause of demise? What caused her to actually cross over? Did something happen before she entered that water? Or was it due to straight up her getting submerged underwater? We will see. Okay. Like I said, we've done plenty of speculation. Let's sit back. COD report will be coming out tomorrow, they say, allegedly. When they do, I will be on here chopping it up with you guys and talking about this whole thing for reals. Okay. But before I wrap up the show, I wanted to say one question for those of y'all. Okay. I appreciate all y'all who have been stuck around for the press conference, but I got a very important question for you guys. Do you like this shirt? What do you think of the shirt? Do you like it? Does it look good? Let me just do that. Does it look good? You rock with it? No, yes, no. Let me know, please. I'd really appreciate it. This is new. Okay, some new swag. All right, new merch, and I have a new website where I'm doing all my stuff locally, all my stuff. So I'm doing I am doing a special for the month of September. The month of September is the National Suicide Awareness Month. Their colors are purple and teal. All right, their known colors is purple and teal. So I am putting together some special T-shirts specifically for awareness towards towards the National Suicide Awareness Month. All right, so this is one of the first shirts. My nephew and my family, we are tie-dyeing these shirts ourselves. I dyed this shirt just a few days ago. We are putting these together ourselves, okay? And there's also some stuff in the back. If you can see it in the back, all right? with also the year 2020 or 22, sorry, right here on the sleeve. There's also, for the ladies who like the purple and like some glitter, we also got this version as well with the National Suicide Hotline on the shirt with that as well. Okay. These are now available because we are doing our own merch from this point on. So you guys will be getting it directly from my hands to yours. Okay. These are all going to be made to order. Each tie-dye shirt is going to be these specific colors and this one too. Okay. But obviously it's tie-dye, so every single one's going to be different. But the proceeds will be going to the National Suicide Awareness. Okay. So if you are interested, please, okay, if you're interested in showing some support and some love, please go to. Now, this is brand new. The site it has gone live, but it's still very, very brand new. We're still working on a few things. But if you go to pascalmerch.com, you can order these shirts. You can literally order these shirts live. Okay. You can order them right now. This shirt and that shirt, those designs are available to be consumed, bought, and all that starting today, starting right now. They are live. If you go to pascalmerch.com, please go. They are all literally, they are going to be made to order. So that you are going to be getting something that I'm designing straight from my place to yours. Okay. So please go over to the website, pascalmerch.com, and share some love. And of course, we got other designs and all that we are putting together right now as we speak. So I'm going to be putting those out here very, very soon. But I appreciate the outsourced other site that we've been using for a long time. But at the same time, I want to be able to give you guys something with a little bit of, a little bit of love. And these shirts are soft as hell. They're comfortable. Shoot, ladies, if you just want a shirt that you can wear to bed, trust me, these are the shirts that you're going to want to wear to bed. All right. So we got two different designs. Okay. Or two different prints. One that just says "This shirt saves lives" with the hashtag suicide awareness in the back and the 22 on the side. And of course, the Pascal Show logo in the back. And then we got another one with the hotline number, suicide awareness, hashtag in the back, logo, and also the year 22 on the side as well. So please, if you're interested in supporting, all right, and being there and showing in solidarity to all of us that have lost someone, or for those who have survived, right, that are pushing through, right, or for people who just need to know that there's a place that they can go to call or to get some support, please go over to pascalmerch.com, share some love, and it would be greatly appreciated. Seriously. So from this point on, I'm starting my own merch line, independent, on my own site, that will be made from me, me and my family, literally. So you will not be getting some weird crap that that was poorly made in some random place in another country. You're going to be getting it from me. The thread will always be quality. The merch will always be quality. So please do us a favor. Go check it out. All right. Oh, every size. Everything from kid size all the way to, kid size, small, extra small to extra large. Same thing with men and women. Extra small all the way to triple XL. All right. Dead ass triple XL. And if there needs to be a 4XL, just let me know and I'll make sure that it's a 4XL. It's all good. I'm not here to throw any, you know what I mean? We all need some room sometimes, you know what I mean? You feel me? This is an XL. This is an XL, but it's comfortable, it's clean. I love it. and I felt like wearing it today to show you guys. And I know I showed you guys a prototype via the community chat like earlier this past weekend. I think it was like Thursday or Friday or something, last week or something like that. And it was a prototype. It was just literally like I had just tie-dyed a shirt with different colors, and I just printed something on it because I was like, okay, we had this idea, and I just wanted to try a prototype. And it just, because of the colors, it came off. It was weird. Understandably, it was weird. So that's why I was like, all right, you know what? Let me fix this and make sure that everyone gets the idea, the proper idea, which is national suicide, or the national suicide awareness colors are purple and teal. That's why you have 2 different types. Bladau. Okay? Spladau. And this one has like some glittery purple on it. You see what I'm saying? But that's swagged out, man. You see what I'm saying? That'd be pretty. Okay? So please go check it out. And it's soft, it's clean. And yeah, I'm working on some hoodies. I'm working on hoodies right now. But like I said, I'm slowly starting to push this thing and make more as time. You know what I'm saying? Like this is our first run. Okay. So we're trying these out. All right. I know it's getting colder out here, so I got some custom, some tie-dye tie-dye sweatshirts that will be coming out with all kinds of stuff. And I also will say this, I have a words of affirmation line coming out as well that I can't wait to show you guys. It is dope. It is fire, and it's going to be incredible. And like I said, I'm making sure that the thread, feels good on your body. Okay, so trust and believe. You buy a t-shirt from me, fellas. If you buy a t-shirt from me, because come on, us fellas, man. Come on now. We don't like looking like boxes. Okay, we don't like that. And so I really care about my t-shirts. I'm serious, how they fit on me and all that stuff. So just so you know, I'm taking this ish seriously. All right. So please go and check that out. We got more coming up. More. PascalMerch.com. Literally, we just launched like 2 hours ago. Please go check those things out. We only have those 2 designs on there for right now. I got more coming, I promise. But I wanted to get you guys this going. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just, this shirt saves lives. You know what I mean? Let's save some lives up in this biznai. You feel me? Okay. Where I had somebody was saying something. Where is it? It was right here in front of me, man. There it is. Boom. Again, and I'll be changing it in the description box as well here in a second, because I forgot I didn't put that in there. But the Pascal Show, do you ship to UK? Chad is asking. Yes, love. We ship to every corner of the world, baby. If you in down under and you want a shirt, that was terrible. But yes, if you're down under and you want a t-shirt, you're in Australia and you want a t-shirt, man, I will send you a t-shirt, girl. And guy, fella, dude, bruh, I will send it to you. So no problem. Okay? Don't worry about where. I will get it to you by any means necessary, because this is for a good cause. All right? And like I said, I got a bunch of other stuff coming up that I said I was going to do, and I'm staying with it. I just had to get a few things put together first. All right? Yeah, I know. Spooky Spoon. Why do you have to say that, man? Come on, Spooky Spoon. I called it out myself. You didn't have to tell me. I already know it was terrible. It was terrible. Okay. Oh, JC, the shirts are seriously cool. Thank you. Then go buy one. Go buy yourself one, girl. Come on, JC. Support. Let's help. Let's spread awareness. Let's get the word out here. Okay. Yes, Carrie Hawkins, dag nabbit. I do, love. Thank you so much, love. So if you want a shirt, go. Why am I going down the Jason Statham? You want a shirt? Then please go over to PascalMerch.com. Buy yourself some. Okay. Do I ship? I said, Rachel Scully, I said I ship everywhere. There might be a little bit more cost in the shipping, right? So you might have to pay just a tad bit more when it comes to overseas. But yes, I send it to you. Okay? I sends it to you. All right? So I sends it to you, okay? Please. And of course, like I said, I got so many. I got some of my saying shirts coming out here soon that I'm putting together right now. Sayings, right? All the stuff that I had on the old merch page, they're all going to be on the main page now too. But we're, like I said, working. We're working this out. You see what I'm saying? So we just got live. All right. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. So guys, please. Yes. Thank you, Danny. Danny G. The shirts look great. They changed the number to you see, no. Actually, it's both. They still do have the 1-800 number and they have the 988 number as well. Okay? All right? So they do have that too. That's another shirt that I was planning on doing, but I was like, it's just that 988. I was like, I don't know if that's enough. You see what I'm saying? So that's just something I'm working on right now. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised if very soon there's that version of there's a design of that shirt out here very soon. We're very excited about the tie-dyes. Because I mean, look at this tie-dye, baby. Dang, you know what I'm saying? Like this is swagged out. Look at this. It's a nice, look at that. Clean. A nice shirt. Okay? It's a damn nice shirt. Okay? Sexy. All right? Cat K just said, thank you so much for the 10. We need a shirt that sings the opening jingle. You know, oh man. My God, the whole song on a t-shirt. That would be hilarious. That would be freaking hilarious. You know? But yes, guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And of course, I will be pushing and annoyingly promoting these shirts like it's going out of style. Okay. I'll be promoting and pushing and annoying the hell out of y'all. Trust and believe about this, because I'm trying all different types of designs right now. I'm trying all types of different things right now. So trust and believe. I will annoy the hell out of y'all. But I'm going to say this again. This is going to be authentically made, specifically from the Pascal Show team. This is all coming from me. This is not just something that was made and printed overseas and then just sent to you. This is every single last thing that you guys get is going to be authentically made from either my hands or one of the members of my family helping me with this as well. Everything will be made to order. Okay. And yeah. So please go over there, support if you can. Again, we're putting those, we're putting proceeds to a good cause. And September is a very serious month for self-help and suicide awareness. So I got a lot of things coming, and I can't wait to share with y'all. I can't. So anyway, guys, I unfortunately have got to go. I might hop over here to Popcorn Planet for like 5 seconds. But if you're around and you want to check it out and hang out with me and Andy and his crazy ragtag group of friends, and please, by all means, come on in. Okay. But I'm going to hop over there here in just a moment. Okay. But that is the show, guys. Again, this shirt is available right now to consume and buy and wear, in many different sizes, okay? And also, we have this one as well. One more time for you guys, for all you in the nosebleed seats, okay? This one was more like a teal. And those are readily available right now on my website that has gone live just about 2-3 hours ago since the start of this show. So please go support. Again, it's American made. Actually, it's Pascal made. There you go. So you know for a fact you're getting nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. All right? So please go over to pascalmerch.com. Show some love. We got some more coming up. Trust me. We got more coming up. More merch, more designs coming up. So just bookmark that page because it's only going to get bigger, fatter, and thicker than a Snicker. Anyway, it's time to get going, guys. I appreciate all y'all. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. I appreciate all y'all for being on. I'm going to hop over to Popcorn Planet for a hot minute, and I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Check out my merch page. I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.